Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the On the Job podcast. I am your host, the one, the only AK-40 Devin. Today, for our very first episode, we got an extremely special guest. This is someone I'm lucky to call a friend. He's an amazingly talented MC and great guy. I welcome the homie Sirius Black. What up, bro?
Yeah, what's goody, bro? What's good?
I'm chilling, bro. Living my life. How about you?
Man, chilling, man. Quarantine crazy, but we still alive, so thank God.
How's the quarantine life going for you?
Man, it's all right, bro. I just been staying at home making music.
That's all we
Occasionally, I'll
could
go out
do.
for walks.
Nice,
I like to
bro.
experience nature or whatnot for inspiration.
Congratulations on finishing school, bro.
Yo, thank you, man. I can't even believe it myself, bro. 4 years of hell.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about your college experience and why you chose the major that you did.
College was dope, man. I went to a small college in the Bronx, and it was just a really good environment. Like, I met a lot of cool people out there, and since I was in the city, I was able to get more into the music industry and the art industry and just fashion in general.
What
I picked.
college did you go to?
I went to the College of Mount St. Vincent,
All right, we're dope.
but I picked that major because I love money, so I picked finance because I'm trying to figure out how to make money and be rich. I want to be a millionaire.
Listen, bro, I feel like finance is something that they should stress a lot more in school. Like, now that we're older, we realize a lot, like, the stuff that they teach you in school, like, it really has nothing to do with nothing. Like, it doesn't prepare you for life at all.
Bro, a lot of the stuff they teach you in school, like, has I don't know, bro. School's crazy. I feel like you're right. Like the stuff I learned in finance is honestly crazy. Like just how interest works, how like the government doesn't actually really have money. They just borrow money from the Federal Reserve off of interest. And like, yo, just interest runs the world. So just be careful, man. Whenever you're signing something or anything you do in life, you see that interest, like really do the math, because a lot of times if you get something for like $1,000, you ended up paying like another 2,000 just off of interest, you know, when in truth you should only be paying 1,000. So like that's just a free $2,000 that you're just giving away. So interest is really, really crucial. Like seriously, interest is crazy.
So, speaking on, like, currency and the Federal Reserve, like, how do you feel about cryptocurrency?
Yo, cryptocurrency is really it. Like cryptocurrency, the way that it's untraceable, people say it's the next thing. Some people say it's not. Recently, Morgan, I forgot what bank it was, but a bank has accepted cryptocurrencies as like a way of payment. So it's definitely the way of the future.
I think so
100%.
too, bro. I think so too. Like, my brother-in-law was showing me this website. He's like big into that. I think it was called like netmarketcap.com. And you could see all the Bitcoins, like how much they're worth. You could see like the history and the data of them and stuff like that. I think like a Bitcoin right now is worth like 10 grand.
Yeah, like a whole Bitcoin, but you can still get like a percentage of it, and like it'll still go up crazy because I'm pretty sure like not too long ago it increased about like $2,000 to $3,000, which is insane. Like it's so
Yeah.
insane.
I
Bitcoin's
think
crazy.
cryptocurrency is the wave. That's gonna
Nah,
be the
yeah, it
future.
definitely is. 100%. They're gonna try to not make it the future, but like eventually, like Dubai or something is just gonna hop on and just pause. But Dubai's gonna be on it, and it's gonna become like the norm. Honestly,
This is the future, bro. Yeah, so this is a podcast where it's called On the Job, On the Journey of Becoming. It's an acronym for JOB. This is a podcast where we're just gonna like we want to talk about like what you aspire to be, why you want to be it, and basically how you want to get there, whether you're successful or not. So if you're a successful person on the podcast, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reverse engineer everything that you did. That way we can give our listeners like gems and maybe just some helpful feedback on what they're doing. So starting with you, let's ask, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now and why?
5 to 10 years from now, I see myself living in a calm environment with a really nice studio, and I'm working on an album.
Working on
And
an album,
that's
is it
like,
going to come out
yeah,
this year?
nah, this is like in 5 years. 10 years from now, I see myself as a platinum recording artist, putting on all other artists in my hometown and like around the world. That's where I see myself in 10 years.
And why hip hop? Why did you choose hip hop music growing up?
So like, I'm not gonna lie, growing up, I actually didn't really listen to hip hop. I actually listened to a lot of gospel and mad funny. I was into like anime music, like the music that they'll play when someone's fighting. That background music, I was dead ass obsessed with that. Like,
So you would just listen to that all the time.
yo, nah, literally, yeah, bro. Like even to this day, like if you know me, like I'll dead be chilling, like bumping anime music. But
And how old were you?
man, I probably started watching anime when I was like in the first or second grade.
That's
So
fire.
that's like 6 or 7 years old. But like, nah, hip hop. I just like it how like I feel like growing up, I always had a lot to say, and like I couldn't really say it because I would get in trouble. So I've reverted back to writing, and then what really made me fall in love was listening to MF Doom. Like MF Doom just changed the whole entire hip hop game for me. So like after that, I was like, yeah, I gotta step into this life because I need to make music like that.
And was there a certain song or certain album that grabbed you, or certain moment?
I think it would definitely have to be like the I think it was like my ninth or 10th grade year. My friend told me to listen to some guy named. He was like, "Yo, listen to this guy named MF Doom. Like he wears a mask and he's like a comic book character." I'm like, "Huh?" So then I bumped it. Operation Doomsday, his first album that he ever made, and I'm like, "Man, this album is whack." I was like, "This is the worst album of all time." Then I bumped his second album, Food, and I was like, "Nah, this is it." Like the song "Hoe Cakes" that changed my life, no lie.
And when was this? Middle school, early high school?
This was like high school, 10th, 11th grade, honestly.
So
So I was
now
pretty old.
I know you're into dancing too. Was it dancing first and then writing, or did they both kind of come at the same time? How did that work out?
Nah, yeah, I used to get light when I was younger. That's why I was like fifth grade, sixth grade. So like I was just when Get Light was all around, I was really into that. I was a part of this crew called KIL. Shout out to Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy make music now, man. Y'all gotta check that shit out. I'm not gonna lie.
Shout out Chips Ahoy, yo.
Yeah, facts. I'm not gonna lie, yo. I forgot your rap name, Jude.
I used to get I used to get light, bro.
Dead ass.
My homie Justin Smalls taught me how to foot jump, yo.
Yo, facts. Yo, the foot jump is like if you know how to foot jump, you could really go far. Don't lie. You
Dude,
could dead go far.
I had like no friends like when I was in like fifth, sixth, seventh grade. Like my first best friend, and I hope he hears this and like he's listening, but he's this kid from Haiti named Sam St. Louis, and he's probably like the friendliest kid in the world.
You said
So
Sam?
yeah, Sam St. Louis. You know who that is?
Yeah, bro, I dead know him.
That's my boy, yo.
I dead know Sam, bro.
So the first time, and yo, I don't know. The story might sound weird, but like the first time like I got into like music, like the real inception was in fifth grade. It was me and this kid Sam. Like he became my best friend. We're into wrestling, and he started getting into rap music. So he just gave me this name. He was like, "Yo, you're gonna be Milk, and I'm gonna be Chocolate, and we're just gonna like start like this chocolate milk rap group." And I was like, "Bro, I'm down." So like we wrote this first rap in fifth grade, and the teacher took it away from us, bro. She called my dad and shit. She's like, "Yo, he's writing raps. You can't be doing that in class, whatever." Blah blah
I'm
blah.
crying. Yo, teachers are always hating. Like, what the hell?
I don't even know where I was going with that, but shout out Sam St. Louis, yo. He's a
Yo,
good
you
kid.
wouldn't be here. Yo, facts, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Sam, Milk, and Chocolate.
But it's crazy too because like even like earlier than that, like I used to see John Cena. I was obsessed with that dude, and I was just like, I want to be like this guy. Like when you're like in fifth grade and John Cena's spitting bars, like you think that this guy just got fire, bro. Like this guy's ready to rap battle Eminem. That's how I used to think. Like, yo, no one's better than John Cena. That was the first rapper I listened to, bro.
Nah, Bro, his intro was dead fire. My time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. Yo, nah, that song is dead a hit. That shit should have went platinum.
Dude, I'm trying to play at like the WrestleMania or like some shit like that. That'd be so rad.
Nah, yeah. I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely get into the wrestling world. 100%.
Yo, so tell me a little bit more about how you create. Like, do you first find the beat? Do you have like something in your head, like a melody, and then you find a beat to match that? How does that go?
Alright. I got a really weird creative method. I've been trying to break out of it, but man, so far it's bulletproof. So usually what I do is like I usually like just get a bunch of instrumentals. You know, like I'm just always collecting mad instrumentals constantly. Um, and then I wait until like I feel a certain mood or like I want to talk about something specifically, and then I go through the instrumentals that I've been collecting, and whichever one just fits the vibe of what I want to talk about is the one I usually go for. But like I feel like the problem with that is that like if I'm not like let's say if I want to rap like about like dark stuff and I don't have a dark beat, like I'll be looking for like months trying to find like a certain type of beat that sounds a certain type of way, and that'd be killing me.
But do you ever feel
That's
like
like
you
that's
should rap dark stuff on like an upbeat?
um nah, because it's like I feel like when I listen to the beat and once I listen to the beat, like the words just flow from there.
It's the same thing
Honestly,
with me.
like sometimes I do have like a vision and like what I want to get across, but like I don't know, the beat just talks to me. Like I just listen to the beat and I'm like, yeah, this is what you want me to say, and I just go from there. It's mad weird.
Bro, I feel the same way. Are you writing on paper or are you writing on your phone?
I used to write on paper, honestly, but I switched to my phone. But I think I should. I think I wanna go back to paper. But what I do now is like I'll literally rap every single bar. Like as I'm writing, I'm lit. Like I'll write a bar and then I'll rap it, and then I'll keep freestyling until I find like the next set of bars that I like. Then I'll write that down and I'll go from the top and then I rap and I'll go through it all and then I'll like switch up words because like my like you know I'm always trying to have like a dope flow. So and sometimes like I'll know what I want to say. I'll have the flow, but like I don't have the words to fit it. So then, like, I'm just sitting here mumbling, just like, nah, 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 nah. Like for 15 minutes, like replaying the beat for like 3 days straight, just trying to figure out the next bar. But then once I figure out that bar and I get over that hump, then it's like the spout opens up all over again.
We probably talked about this before, but for any artist or any creative that's listening, there's a really good book out there called The Artist's Way. And I think on like a J. Cole, Angie Martinez interview, J. Cole brings it up where his boy gave him this book called The Artist's Way. I actually got it sitting right here. But anyway, it tells you to do this thing called the morning pages. And the morning pages is basically just a 3-page stream of consciousness. And it's made for like when you're writing raps or if you're writing a book or whatever. Like sometimes we are our own biggest fan, but we're also our worst enemy at a lot of times. So we're our biggest critic. And sometimes like we should just let shit flow. If you just hear a beat that you love, like you should just literally freestyle all your lyrics, and if anything, go back and change it later. Like we're always writing and then we stop and then we hit a roadblock and then like that's it. Our inspiration is dead after that. So for anybody that wants to just keep the creation flowing, like I highly recommend you wake up, you do your morning pages before you do anything. You just write three pages of consciousness. Like you don't have to show it to anybody. No one has to see it. You don't even have to look back at it. Just do it, because then as you're writing and you're creating, you're not going to hesitate on what's coming to mind. You're just going to put it out there and boom, people are going to like it or people aren't going to like it. And there's a lot of positivity too in people telling you that they don't like something, because especially if their opinion is validated, like if just a random consumer is telling you that something isn't good, like check the validation. But if this is like an MC or like a Sway in the Morning or some shit like that opinion holds weight and you should really take that in consideration.
Nah, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. I've been trying to become more relatable in my rhymes and just like spit fire ass bars, but just like relatability, honestly, and get better punchlines. So I definitely feel you what you mean about the stream of consciousness, because my best songs always the songs where I don't even think about it. Like I just say whatever I want, and people are like, "That's fire," and I was like, "Damn, I literally wrote that in like 15 minutes." like, like if
That's how it always is. That's how it always
like
is.
my song "Influential," man, I love this story. I was literally sleeping, bro, knocked out. My friend comes into my room, wakes me up, and he's like, "Yo, bro, you gotta listen to this beat and this chorus that I've been working on." So I'm just like, still waking up out of my sleep. He plays it, and I'm like, "Yo." He was like, "I think way too much." I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy, bro." Like, I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna write to this right now." And then that's how I did it.
Yeah, bro, that song is fire.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That song is fire. So like my creative process, I used to write on paper. I used to do everything on paper, but my handwriting sucks, first of all, and second of all, like at my job, I would just write all day, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of writing it. I wish I could, but I don't. But honestly, I just put on the beat on my phone. I usually use BeatStars or YouTube or some shit like that. And I just pace in the room, literally back and forth, like a Super Saiyan or some shit, just mumbling the words. And like now I could only write raps if I'm standing, like pacing. Like I have to be pacing and like feeling it, like literally feeling it. Like I can't sit there. I have to feel
Nah, I
it.
know what you mean. Like feelings, and that's really everything. Like that feeling you get. I'll be doing the same thing, pacing back and forth, just trying to really get the vibe.
And so And sometimes with music specifically, like sometimes it's not about what you're saying, it's more about how you're saying it.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Because a lot of people say fire
Like,
stuff, but the way they say it is whack.
that energy could literally, it's crazy how it could just go through the microphone and then affect people all around the world. Like, that's why I do music. Like, I was literally just thinking this morning, like, a lot of people are struggling right now during this epidemic or pandemic. I'm sorry about that. And, at the end of the day, like money is just a byproduct for me. Like I want to be wealthy. I want to have a huge house, but I don't want to do it for the wrong reasons. Like I want to make music to like impact somebody's life, because the reason I started making music is because someone impacted my life. So I just want to give back like the same way that, music has helped me out.
Nah, I feel
Do
that.
you feel the same way or
Nah, I
no?
feel that. I definitely do want to give back, but I want to give back in a very artistic manner, like in a very extremely like my favorite artists are like MF Doom, Tyler, Earl, and like Mac Miller, and it's like they're very specific.
Rest in
Yeah, rest in
peace.
peace, Mac. Man, it's fucking so sad. But specifically, like MF Doom and Tyler, they're very, very artistic with their work, and like so, like all four of them are in their own ways. But like, I really want to have like great visuals with good punchlines.
That's why, bro, this next video, I'm sorry to
Now you're
interrupt you,
valid.
but this next video, like whether it's me and you collabing on a song or it's just for you or whether it's just for me, like I really think we should just take like, I don't know, maybe a whole day and just think like how could we be as creative as possible with what we have, where we are, and when we can. Because like people like the Odd Futures and shit, like when they came up, like they didn't use like these $1 million studios or these $1 million music video budgets. They literally were just creative.
Yeah,
And I don't know if we were talking about this the other day, but like if you're interesting, your content doesn't necessarily have to be. So when Tyler the Creator came out with that Yonkers music video, whether that song was good, I personally love the song. Whether that song or that beat was good, whether you didn't like it, he was an interesting dude. And people were clicking on that video because they're like, yo, who is this dude eating a cockroach? Like, what the hell?
nah, that's facts. He even said in a bar, "I ate a cockroach and I became a millionaire."
See, dude, that's what it is. And like, we got to take notes on this shit. And especially like bringing it right back to MF Doom, talking about like how this dude's a character. Where do you feel I don't know, I guess you could say ego or imagery stands between being an artist and then being successful because like we were talking about the other day too, like a G-Eazy, like he doesn't just look like a regular dude. Like all these people have like characters
Yeah.
that's attached to their music. Do you feel like you're gonna step into a character? Like even someone like Mac Miller, like he's different. He's like a different guy. Eminem was a different guy. Like, do you feel like you're gonna step into like a different character?
Um, I feel like I see what you're saying. I feel like my character would be myself. Like, I feel like I'm a very interesting and polarizing person as it is. Like, I like anime. Like, I love basketball, but like low key kind of religious. Like,
Spiritual or no?
not yeah. I think I'm spiritual. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty weird, confusing character already, and like I don't gotta. I feel like I don't have to like step into a mold because like I don't know. I'm like I feel like I'm just like weird. It is as I'm weird enough as it is.
I think weird is good though. You'd rather be weird than not weird, especially when you're an artist. Like who's the normal artist? Like nobody.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually,
If you're an
I'm trying to think if there's any normal artists, but like, what would be defined as normal then?
I don't know, I guess the same definition of weird, like who defines weird?
That's very true.
So we don't know.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Who
So
defines weird?
besides besides the people that you mentioned, the Mac Millers, the MF Dooms, the Earl Sweatshirts, is there anybody outside of music that inspires you to be the best version of yourself possible?
Yeah, my brother, my older brother is just like the goat.
What's his name?
Quasi the graft.
Shout out Quaz.
Facts. Yeah, he's dead the goat. Like he's just
Does he rap?
nah, he doesn't rap. He's an actor though.
That's fire. We got to get him in one of the movies, yo.
Nah, yeah, he'd definitely be with it. Like 100%.
That's fire.
But like yeah,
That's
he's just
fire.
the type of person where like he'll tell you he's gonna do something and then he does it.
Now, before we wrap up this segment, do you have any advice you'd give to any aspiring entrepreneur? Any life lessons that you learned the hard way? Anything that you would like to say to the young you? What would you say?
Man, if I could let me think about this for like a minute. If I could say anything to the young me or anyone aspiring, it would be no lie. I heard this from in a Wretch interview, and like it really stood. He was just saying like, "Yo, don't panic. Like, don't ever panic. Like, if you ever feel like things ain't going your way, or excuse me, or life sucks, or life's hard, da 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 da. Like, just don't panic, cause the moment you panic, you attract panicky energy, and then that's when shit goes wrong. Like, no matter what's going on, just always keep your head high and know, like, man, this shit gonna turn out all right. No lie. Like, never panic. Even when you want to panic, try your best to not panic. Cause you gonna see, like, if you gonna be in situations and if you don't panic, like that shit gonna it's just gonna end out so smooth. The more you panic, the more like just more bullshit comes in because you should start worrying, creating problems that's not even really there. Just never panic.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Especially when you're a parent, bro. Your son be like choking on a Cheerio. You panic. Dude, last night I panicked. Dude. I was hella stoned and I thought I threw pizza in the oven. And like 30 minutes later, I was just like, oh, where's the pizza? And I started running to the oven and there was no pizza.
Nah, that
There was
just
no pizza in there, yo. My girl was like, yo, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, yo, I thought I was going to burn the fucking house
I'm
down.
not gonna lie, that just took me out. He said, "Yo, where's the pizza?" Nah, but
That shit was funny, bro.
that ass, yo, you can't panic. And like, yo, man, just be yourself, man. Like, just be you. Don't panic and be
That's why I'm
you.
starting this podcast, bro. Like, I had a bunch of questions I was gonna ask you and shit like that, but it's just like going through it, like, let me just be me. Like, let's just have a real conversation. I think people like the transparency of being real. Like, they don't want everything to be staged, you know? Like, people want to see who I really am, which is why I love the whole podcast idea. And shout out to the Anchor app for giving me this platform. Like, I didn't have to pay any money. So if you're watching this or listening, I'm sorry. You want to start a podcast, look into the Anchor app because you could still get paid. It puts it on all major platforms for you, and it's completely free. So, like, maybe Sirius Black is going to start a podcast after this,
Yeah,
and
facts.
all we're doing is talking shit and people listening. But it's bigger than that. I wanna be able to educate people on a bigger level, because going back to like what we're talking about, like the education system, you can choose to go to college, but what I think is just like choose wisely, because you chose an extremely well major for yourself, which is finance, something that's going to help you for the rest of your life forever. And I didn't go to school, but now I feel like my college years are like now, because I'm waking up and I'm reading and I'm doing all this shit. So shout out to everybody. And this is a platform. I just want to have a bunch of people on here. I want people to be able to educate themselves. I want people to learn from everybody's mistakes on here, and for the greater good, we're all going to get better. And like I said, this is the journey of becoming. Everybody, every single person, from the Elon Musk to the Walt Disney to the Bill Gates to the P. Diddy, 50 cents, whatever. Everybody literally started off where you were. And when you're at the bottom, the only way you can go is up. So we're going to end that segment. Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand of applause to the homie, the good friend, Sirius Black.
Yeah.
And congratulations on graduating school, bro.
Hey, man, thank you so much. I appreciate
That's
you.
real, bro.
I appreciate this podcast, and it's gonna be our year, bro. No cap. This is just the beginning. Like, we got a lot
Shout
of
out
stuff.
everybody,
Yo, a
yo.
lot of stuff coming. Sound Sick Productions. Trust us. A lot of stuff
Where can
coming.
we find you before we get out of here?
You can
Where can
find
we
me
find
on
you?
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Sirius Black, BLVCK. Sirius Black, SoundCloud, Spotify. Man, just hit me up. Any artist that wants to work, I'm with whatever. Like, I just love creating.
New
Honestly.
music on the way?
Yeah. I'm actually I haven't told anyone yet, but I'm actually coming out working on an EP, so we're gonna see what's the vibe with that. I got a few
You heard it here,
ideas.
folks. Let's go. Sirius Black is coming with that new EP 2020.
2020, bro. We gonna see the vibe. Quarantine crazy.
Let's go, bro. We all looking forward to it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you for real.
All right, yo. Peace out, my brother. Be good, yo.
You too, bro. Peace.
Bye.